Hello,
These tables.
Katie, Rajni, Eneia. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are here to talk about the wonderful design destination that is High Point, North Carolina. If you aren't familiar with High Point Market, it's held every April and October, and it's not only the epicenter of the American furniture industry, it is also the largest home furnishing show in the world, with more than 12 million square feet of showroom space. In that 12 million square feet, it's easy to get lost if you don't know where you're going, because there are more than 2,000 exhibitors. It's also a given that there is inspiration at every corner. But what I wanted to talk to the three of you about today is that there are a lot of reasons to go to market beyond getting inspired. And you all approach your visits very strategically to not only take in all of the product out there, but also to lay the foundation for really bringing your business to the next level. Rajni, I want to start with you. You use that FaceTime at market to establish relationships with vendors and open new accounts. Why is the in-person component so important?
So excited to be here. Thank you for having. High Point is really a wonderful world to go there because we all have humble beginnings in design industry, and we always don't have all the big accounts that we want, and some of them have a cap, like you need to have so much starting order point and all. And at the very beginning of our career, we're not always able to fulfill that. However, going out there and meeting with the sales reps, who are actually the gatekeepers many times, can really help establish a relationship. And you'll be surprised how accommodating they can be in trying to help you, open that account. And also building relationship is really a great starting point.
Eneia, going to market was a turning point for you, I know, in terms of revenue. Can you talk a little bit about what going to market meant for your business?
Of course. So it's not just about the markup, but really being able to sit in the upholstery and touch the case goods and really get a feel for the quality of everything really helped us build a confidence in what we're selling. And eventually, if you have the more confidence, the higher the revenue, and that was really what changed the game for us.
Mm-hmm. Is that something you guys have all experienced?
I feel, we are in this business not just to design, but we also have to sustain ourselves. And we really have to quickly start thinking about how am I going to price my things so that I have the responsibility of keeping my staff employed. While I want to be fair to my client, I need to be fair to me and my team. So going to High Point really helps you establish that relationship whereby you can get a great price at which you're selling, but you're also making the margin. And that margin really determines your longevity as a business.
Katie, you're nodding. I say, how does that work for you?
Well, the same way that everyone is saying too, getting the better margins and establishing the relationships. But right now especially, I think those relationships are even more important. Everyone here knows that lead times are completely insane, and now I know that person to call at the factory, ask them, what's really going on, when are the frames arriving, when is this really going to get here? Now we have kind of the insider information that, we have the showrooms here, but something about, talking to the person at the factory has a lot of meaning to it, to me.
What keeps you coming back to market again and again?
Oh my God, so many things. But one thing, and I'm going to get emotional because it's, it's one thing that, I went in June, and I hadn't been since COVID. And for me, it's about the relationships, but seeing the people, and there weren't any parties this time, but, the parties and the social events, and Barry and I met at a dinner through someone, and they have the dinners, and not so much anymore, but maybe this next market. But for me, it's just about seeing everyone from around the country and even the world who I love and have established the relationships with over 30 years in the business. So it's like a homecoming, and I get to see all my best friends.
For each of you, what keeps you coming back? What makes the next trip so important?
For me, I like going there because it really serves as an inspiration board. I get to see trends. I get to see how the other designers are thinking. And as you were talking about the events, that's a great way to see what other designers are up to, what's inspiring them. Because by the time you see it on Instagram, it's already been done. You want to be ahead of the curve. That's what gives you the edge. So going out there and talking to them, and they tell you, I just went to Milan and I saw this, or I just went there. You kind of, even though you don't have, not everybody has the luxury of going to, Milan or like Fashion Week or Paris or whatever, but you kind of see through their eyes and be like, okay, and the same way, you share your inspirations as well. And it's a two-way street. So High Point is a perfect place to meet all these different minds.
I'm going to share a secret, too. All the editors go to High Point. So, for many years, I'm in New York. I thought, I don't need to go to High Point. I see everything at the showrooms here. There's no reason for me to go. It's a waste of time. And then I went, and I realized all the editors are there, and not all the other designers in New York are there. So it's a great way to connect with people who may even live in New York City, and you see them at events, but there's 500 other people, and High Point's, it's a smaller scale. You have more connection there.
Eneia, for you, what makes you want to go back?
I would say being in New York, you just get spoiled by how much product we have at our fingertips, but a lot of the vendors we source from are in the South, so being able to get to those, see those, open things, sit on things, that is the reason we keep going back.
On a practical note, 12 million square feet is a lot of ground to cover. What is the most important kind of practical tip that you can offer someone who's thinking about their first trip at market? Eneia, I'm going to start with you.
I would say two things. Look cute from the ankle up and wear super comfortable shoes. And the second thing, just take the pressure off. You're around people who are in the same boat as you. Don't feel like you have to see everything at once, and have a game plan, but it's okay if you step away from that. Just have fun.
If you're going for the first time, lay it out on the map. Otherwise, you're going to be like me. You go to Vanguard, that's here, and then your next appointment is at Ija Victor, which is at the other side of the town, and you just boomerang like from one corner to the other. So spend that time, put the map out, set your days, and take it building location by location for each day. And if you are going to decide you're going there only for 2 days, pick the 5 important ones that you want to go to, because, as you said, it's very large. And if you're going there for the first time, each showroom can take 2 hours.
It's true. My tip would be to go early. I mean, one of the main reasons I go to High Point, and I don't think everyone knows about this, is there's a huge antiques and design center there, and there are some outbuildings that have a conglomerate of different antiques dealers, and if you don't get there early, everything's going to be gone by the time you get there, and that's one of the main reasons that we go, is to kind of hit that first, and then hit our really edited list of showrooms that we like to go to.
You shop early too, don't you?
Yes, I shop early. And there's one more thing I want to say, is that after you've been first few times, then you're like, oh, jaded, I'm going to see the same thing. No, actually make it a mission that every time you go there, you try to find one new source, one new trade, then it's worth it, because you're so excited, you come back so inspired, you figure out how to incorporate that in your design. So even though you've been there a few times, every time you go there, make it a mission to kind of really find a couple of new vendors.
Amazing. Well, thank you all so much. And for everyone here, please check out High Point Market Authority's activation. They are in the back corner in the other room. That map Rajni was talking about, they've got it up on the wall with QR codes. So if you were trying to figure your way around and understand the neighborhoods of Market, there are folks back there who can help you do that, who can help you kind of make sense of that map. And whether it is your first trip or your 40th trip to Market, there is always something new to explore, always someone new to meet. Market this fall is October 16th through 20th. I will be there, and I hope I see you all there too. Oh yeah, go early. Thank you.